When I was working in palliative care, sometimes people would say to me, and this is amazing, I don't recommend it, but they'd say, they'd be dying. They'd actually be dying. They'd have a couple of weeks left. They'd say, Doc, I don't want to explain this exactly, but this disease is the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't wish it on anybody, but what were they talking about? Now, there's a guy I quote in The Myth of Normal who wrote a book called Blessed with a Brain Tumor. Blessed with a Brain Tumor. Young Australian guy who was diagnosed with a brain tumor, did have surgery, did accept treatment. He also had a spiritual transformation. Has lived longer than his prognosis. I don't know what his current status is, but he wrote a book called Blessed with a Brain Tumor. And by the way, he developed a brain tumor at exactly the same spot that he used to point at with an imaginary gun to shoot himself in the head when he was thinking of suicide. I said, what do you mean, blessed with a brain tumor? And he said, well, knowing that I'm going to die, or that I might, means that every moment is precious. He says, that means that when I'm talking to you or anybody else, I'm fully aware that this may be the last conversation we'll ever have. That means that every moment is absolutely precious. I've never been so engaged with life. And that's what people meant. And so that even the disease that was going to take their lives, they'd say, and why? Because the disease taught them to be authentic for the first time in their lives. And they found out that was much more precious than anything else. Now, that's not a bargain I'd recommend to anybody.
Totally, yeah.
I'm just telling you that I've witnessed it. And it's quite astonishing how when people do find authenticity, to go back to our previous theme, they value that over anything else, over even longevity. Now, most of us would probably run the other way. Again, I'm not recommending it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I've seen it.